We're here today to check out Black Shark's latest product, the Black Shark 4. It looks really sci-fi-ish, it looks really high-tech, I like it. The design, it has this X mark, and I believe it's something that gamers like to associate themselves with. I get to see a lot of comments that says there's no RGB lighting on this thing. But for me personally, I like my phone to look clean and simple. The glass back is a huge fingerprint magnet. But that's not a downside because they did include this case, right? Which is why I'm gonna do this entire video with the case on. Plus, it just looks a whole lot better, right? Alright, so the bottom here, you guys can see a Type-C port. And also something that did not miss on that I personally appreciate is the 3.5mm headphone jack. And last but not least, the speaker. It's not just a speaker, it's stereo speaker. So you get from both sides, right? The top and the bottom. When it comes to media consumption, you guys know how much I like myself a stereo speaker setup. Moving on to the buttons, you got your fingerprint scanner right here, aka your power button as well. It's a side-mounted fingerprint scanner and your volume rocker on the left side. Now you might have think I missed out on something, right? Which is these two sliders right here. It's something that was designed specifically for this phone. I want to show you guys something really cool. Listen to this. So what happens when you pop these two bad boys up is that it brings these two, not mechanical by the way, it's magnetic pop-up triggers. It's an actual physical pop-up trigger. It's definitely not ideal to have a physical button keep appearing right here on your side, right? It's definitely disruptive. So they gave you the option to actually hide them. And I appreciate that. So the display that we get on this phone is a 6.67-inch 1080p AMOLED display with HDR10+. However, what makes this phone's display an absolute beast is the fact that it can run all the way up to 144 Hz refresh rate. And not only that, when I'm using this phone outdoors, right, I have no problem looking at the screen at all because it has a 1300 nits on peak on this phone, right? So there's nothing to complain about in terms of display. Media consumption, perfect. Okay, so while we're at the topic of media consumption, right, they definitely included on their box that says high-res audio. So I feel like there's a lot of companies that overlooked in terms of audio experience, but Black Shark definitely did not miss out on this one because it is equipped with a stereo speaker, one at the top and one at the bottom right here. So to put things into test, I'm gonna try it right now in the studio with you. So here we go. Chris, aren't you jamming with me, bro? Yeah, man. My beanie fell off, man. Okay, that was kind of intense, right? Now let's talk about the camera department of this gaming phone. Who in the world would buy a gaming phone for a camera? But I was wrong. I was proven wrong. On the back right here, you have a triple camera setup, which is your 48 megapixel standard camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and 5 megapixel macro lens. At the end of the day, megapixels doesn't mean a good quality photo. You can put as much as megapixel if you want, but if the processing is bad, the photo will turn out bad, right? However, we're lucky enough to get a good image processing on this phone. I was shocked. I was actually surprised with the kind of quality I get on the photo that I took with this phone. And on top of that, if you're thinking about shooting at nighttime, it has a night mode as well. So really, like I said, I was kind of surprised with the camera performance on this one. All right, now let's talk about the biggest elephant in the room, the gaming capability of this phone. You know, I've mentioned in my previous videos that I play a lot of Call of Duty, Mobile Legends, you know, I push those phones at a maximum setting, but none of them can handle it as much as this phone can. I have never played Call of Duty with such immersive experience, right? And on top of that, I talked to you guys about these buttons on the side right here, right? The physical buttons. It just makes things a whole lot better. This sent us this, which is supposed to give more flexibility in terms of your gaming experience. So these are the two additional triggers, right? In case you need more things to do with your fingers. You know, a lot of players are getting more creative with the way they play FPS, specifically PUBG. And I feel like this gives a lot more creativity and flexibility for gameplays, right? So we're gonna go ahead and try to attach this on this phone. And there you have it. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons right now that you can use for specific reasons, right? So I'm gonna test out the gaming experience actually. Where's the enemy? Okay, got one. Ooh. Okay, so now we've attached this buttons right here, right? It definitely does improve the gaming performance, but what about an extended period of time of gaming, right? After playing COD Mobile for about maybe 6 to 7 rounds, it definitely did start heating up. However, though, Black Shark did include an internal cooling system, not a fan, by the way. Do not confuse that because those two are very different. However, if you need something a lot stronger than a system, this is where this comes in. It's called the FunCooler 2 Pro. It is an external fan to help spread out the heat that your phone is producing, because as we know, when you push the performance on a device, be it a laptop, a camera, or a smartphone even, right? It tends to heat up. It does look kind of epic though. It looks like a watch. It looks like a Ben 10 watch if I were to be honest. But let's go ahead and unbox this and see what the product actually looks like. You got your user guide right here. Has a digital display, Type-C power port. Well, this is your Type-C cable because bear in mind that this device, when you stick it on your phone, it needs an external power source. It doesn't share the same power as your phone does, so you need 2 cables, one for your phone and another one for this thing right here. It has quite a weight to it. I like the weight. It feels solid, right? See, we're gonna test out this product right here. This is the ultimate gaming phone setup. Now that we've attached the fan, we've attached these extra buttons on our phone, we're gonna power up the fan right now and see whether it produces a lot of fan sound. So I'm gonna go ahead and power this up and see. This device, as soon as I boot it up, it has this RGB lighting going on as well. And you can see right here, it states the temperature of your phone. So right now it was at 11, it's at 10 degrees Celsius, somewhere around 10 or 11. When I first booted up, it was at 20 earlier. So it definitely reduces the heat of this phone. So right now I'm gonna try play a couple of games of COD and see what it's like. It does have a bit of a sound going on, but it's not too loud. Whoa! Shoot! I have never had an experience of playing on a gaming phone like these. Oh, there you are. Oh no, I died. Did it improve my skills? Definitely not. But in terms of gameplay experience, I believe it does, because right now it's still dropping. It's still going all the way to 8 degrees Celsius right now, which means your phone is technically really cool. Because I've seen when people game at extreme levels, your phone definitely gets up to probably about maybe 35. But with this cooling fan, it definitely dissipates the heat. I'm really curious as to how cold it is. I mean, I did play it with my finger, but I'm gonna be a bit more daring and see what it feels like on my face. Do not try this at home. That's really cool. And let's talk about the battery. Based from my usage, my personal usage of this phone, it could last about 9 to 10 hours at most of daily data use, browsing through Instagram, YouTube and all that, nothing too heavy. But when it comes to gaming, it does show a little bit of a difference in terms of results. You get 5 to 6 hours of gaming, and on top of that, you do get your phone heated up, and usually when your phone heats up, it takes a lot of power as well. However, that is why we have all these accessories to cool it down. But that's not the main topic. I want to talk about the brick, the literal brick that comes with the box. And not only that, this charger right here can actually charge multiple devices, even a laptop that uses a Type-C. All right, here we go. All right, so the fact that it is capable of outputting 120 watt hypercharge, I believe it is also capable of charging a laptop. I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in. I'm not even surprised. Right, so that's for the laptop. I believe you can have your laptop back right here. Thank you. If I'm telling you that this charger is capable of charging a laptop and your phone at an insane amount of speed, I don't know what to say, man. I give up on finding words to explain how crazy this thing is. In terms of specification, this monster right here, it is equipped, well, at least the unit I have with me right now, it is equipped with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. And there is another alternative where it has a higher spec, which is 12GB of RAM, 256GB of internal storage. Now, in terms of processor, this bad boy right here is packed with Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 5G. While it's still not the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon, it still offers flagship performance. Okay, so this phone, it has their own software, their own UI called the Joy UI 12.5. Now, that is the latest version. What makes this UI a bit special compared to other phones, right, is that it's built and designed specifically around gaming itself. It's not necessarily the best UI. Right here, I'm gonna show you. I can bring out, if you swipe to this corner right here, it'll bring you to this UI that allows you to configure your game settings, you know, that allows you to block notifications, calls, or messages, and not to accidentally touch the other side of the screen, and a lot more things, you know. It's not too heavy. Maybe for first-time users, it can get a bit too confusing, but with a little bit of practice and time to use, I think you'll get used to it. After all of that being said, right, we clearly know who Black Shark is targeting with this phone. Definitely not for someone who looks into producing the best camera, who looks into great aesthetic design. No, it's definitely for those who play a lot of games on their smartphones. I would even dare to say that it's not for average gamer like myself. I do enjoy using this phone, the fact that the performance, you know, the live battery, the charging speed is all well catered for those who use this phone to play games. But if I were to come up with who Black Shark is targeting, it's definitely more on the pro scene, competitive scene of esports, specifically in the mobile phone games department. So if you're one of those people who play in a competitive scene or pro scene in terms of playing mobile phone games, then what the hell are you waiting for? You got an absolute monster right here. That is my review on the Black Shark 4. Definitely stay tuned on this channel because we have so much more product to check out, because here at Shopee Review,
we check for you!
Peace out.